Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Jennings with a live report. I am here with a breaking interview. The great Stephen A. Smith has briefly walked away from the NNCFL league. We're going to talk to him today. We're going to find out what's going on. What was the mindset? We got a couple of questions from some of the naysayers in the league. We're not going to name any names, but definitely what's flown across the desk. We're definitely going to ask Stephen A. about it. So, Stephen, first, before we get to the meat and potatoes of the interview, how you feeling today? What's going on? What's the mindset like? What exactly happened?
Hey, what's going on, Tony Jennings? I'm actually coaching right now over here in the NFL. Man, we was out there playing against BYU, and I looked up at the scoreboard and I saw they were showing the statistics on the TV on the high screen that we had 2 losses, man, and I immediately walked off the field, man, wondering, questioning why did we have 2 losses. And it looked like we had a sim. We had a sim game. Obviously, me in real life, real reporting, it's very hard for me to kind of keep up with everything on Saturdays and Sundays. And the game, the week advanced, and I lost a very important game that probably had put me out of the playoffs. It knocked me out of the playoffs. But yeah, that's what happened, man. I just didn't like the fact that it wasn't anything against Koopy. Make no mistake about it. He did everything as far as correctly. 24-hour, the schedule. And unfortunately, I didn't post in the CPU threads. So I decided to leave the league, not because of anything anybody did. It just was a time thing, wondering if I might actually have the time to play, because this league definitely advanced very fast. So, yeah, that's what happened, man. I was very frustrated. I did not like that L, and that's why I left quietly.
Indeed. So, now, Stephen, since your departure, there's been some chatter from different users. One user said that, now that you're gone, that the incentive program is, basically shit. There's no need to even follow it because you're no longer there. What do you have to say to that?
I mean, honestly, I think the way that it was said is actually correct from a sense of it would be shit if I leave, because when I think about it, bro, honestly, I reconsider those decisions simply because there's guys in the league that really do enjoy the incentives, that really do understand that there's no other leagues out there where you can play a real week-to-week game every day, and potentially receive payments at the end of the year. There's a lot of leagues out there where you playing basically for nothing, and so I'm the one decided to bring this to the league for guys to at least win something, even if it ain't the world, I think those guys are the ones where it make me want to reconsider those decisions as far as stepping away, because it's guys like Nebraska. It's been a lot of guys reach out to me, man, that want to see me back, because they enjoy having that opportunity, which I think is definitely is worth having.
Absolutely. Now, one of the other things that was passed on my desk were, there were a few users that said, Stephen A. loses in a sim game. He didn't play his game, so he leaves the league. He's soft. SOF capital T, soft. I mean, Steven, what do you have to say about the naysayers that are going around saying that currently right now?
I mean, everybody entitled to their own opinion, I mean, I wouldn't get to where I'm at today if I was worried about, people's opinions. Because, they always say everyone has an opinion, just like everyone has an asshole, So it really don't mean shit, honestly. But I mean, again, everybody can say what they want, feel how they want, until those tables turn, to them and they actually put in a position to where their game is simmed, and they're out of the playoffs. I mean, you may have some people that feel that way that may probably never have that opportunity to go to the playoffs because of their skill set. And then again, you may have those out there, man, that are very skilled. They can get to the playoffs, but yet they just have some sort of personal opinions about a person because of other reasons, man. Maybe it's because I've been laying the hammer on a lot of people to where, this was the moment for them to celebrate. So, I obviously thought about the decisions that I made prior up to making that decision. I thought about it long and hard, and I didn't like it, man. I really didn't like my sim. Because, I mean, the week had just advanced that Friday. Turn around, shit, Saturday, you miss a day, and then next day you look up and you see your game been simmed. Even when I played BYU, I was playing BYU. If people look at my screen, and then when I saw the record at the bottom, I was like, wait, this is not right. So, I mean, the advance of the week simmed so fast to where I felt like, it threw me off, maybe, but see, that's the thing though, I don't have the time on Saturdays and Sundays to sit around and look at my phone to see if we advanced or we haven't advanced. So, it's not to throw shade at Koopy. It's just that it was just an unfortunate situation, which definitely makes things a lot difficult as far as returning back, honestly.
So is it safe to say for NCAA 26, Coach Deion Sanders is going to hang up his collegiate cleats and he's just going to go over to the NFL and, try to focus on the playoff run for the Jacksonville Jaguars? What about the high school recruits? What about the team that is being left behind? Do you have anything to say to the fans of the Colorado Buffs?
Yeah, very, very good question, Young. It definitely starts with the parents and the kids and all the relationships you build with these kids throughout the season, week after week after week. And a lot of them was potentially coming to our program. And now with the new coach that's not Deion Sanders, I'm sure it definitely threw them off as well. I should have thought about withdrawing all that recruiting work that I put in and allowed them to go elsewhere, because now I'm sure they probably won't even come to Colorado now with things being the way that it is. But yeah, Tony Jennings, if you stay in touch with me as we work over here in this National Football League, man, you keep us updated. And maybe after the Natty, I'll come back and start fresh and, start fresh and get my games played within 24 hours if needed. If it's a computer game, I don't wish for Coop to change anything. I think he runs the league very well. I'm not blaming him at all for anything that he did. It just was, I was caught off guard because, like I say, Saturdays and Sundays is when I'm most busy. And so it's hard for me to check my phone while I'm having to report about Colorado, having to report about the Cleveland Browns, having to report about all these different Colorado players that's in the National Football League. So unfortunately, I couldn't get to it within 24 hours, and we received a loss. So hopefully you keep me updated after this season, and I'll start fresh. And hopefully Colorado Buffs will forgive me, and I'll re-sign with the team. And we'll try a fresh season and we'll put this one behind us. But it's difficult for me to come back now with that L on my record, and missing the playoffs, as I had that streak going the entire college or NNCFL career where I did not make the playoffs. So, I think that would be best for me as a head coach, because I don't want that on my resume, unfortunately.
Wow. Powerful words from Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to take the rest of the year off and then come back. So now the question is, after you take this year off, are you going back to Colorado, or do you have your eyes on another university?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely will come back to Colorado if it's there. Now, if it's not a spot open, then I could probably see myself going elsewhere, maybe Ole Miss, Mississippi State, somewhere like that. If Colorado is taken, then I could see myself going down to Mississippi, with where I'm from, for sure.
Indeed. That would be very interesting to see you control Mississippi State. All right, last but not least, Stephen, so you're going to take this year off, and then you'll come back next season. Final thoughts? Any regrets?
Final thoughts. First and foremost, I want to appreciate you, Tony Jennings. You always looking out, man. That's why I look out for you in the real YouTube world. I appreciate you. You got to send some more videos so we can get those things promoted. I also for final thoughts, I want to appreciate those that was contributing to the Stephen A. Smith shows, because I feel like, that's specifically the people that I'm talking to, and those are the specific people of why I would come back, because, it was enjoyable. I mean, I've never been in a league where we have consistent social media updates every single week, or we have consistent payments every week, whether it's $5 to $100. I think that's always appreciative when it comes to that. I mean, that's where your humanity comes in, that, appreciating things when you have it. So maybe my absence in the league or in the dynasty will show these people that a league is not the same without me. And then if it feels better for those people, then kudos to them. But as far as Koopy goes, it's nothing that he did wrong. I would have done it different, simply because when you have somebody in your league that's investing time and money outside of their real life, I think you have to take those things into consideration, especially when we start talking about money in video game. Not to say that you're asking me to do these things, but when you see somebody contributing this type of time and effort to a league, you got to make sure that person good. That should be the first thing you do when you see that Stephen A. Smith haven't played his games. Let me make sure he played. Not to say you happen to be in and break rules, but I should have gotten the leeway a little bit over regular users, simply because I'm paying cash money, simply because I am recapping or investing time into these recaps every single week. So you want to make sure that guy is good when it comes to running leagues. Because if Mike and OJ would have done that, I would have left the same way, because they understand, hey, there's only one Stephen A. Not to brag, but I think I've done an amazing job in these leagues. So, and if that was to happen in this GFSSL league, then I will leave. Because again, I'm in the league because I enjoy football. I love football. It's my first love, but I don't need it. I'm just in it because I enjoy it. So I would hope Mike and OJ realize, like, this guy is consistent with giving recaps every single week, and he's paying out incentives regardless of the amount. That's why I say it's humanity. Regardless of the amount, he's still paying out something to make it enjoyable. And on top of that, when you're interviewing users, you're keeping the league active. You're not allowing the league to go boring or become boring and become dull. when Stephen A. Smith is inboxing these people for interviews, it's allowing the league to flow. It's allowing the league to be active. So if I was Coop, I would learn from that as far as that go, because hey, I really feel like my absence will be affected. And again, I'm not being cocky, just being honest, man. You can't find good people in life too often. I'll just say it like that. But overall, man, I definitely want to appreciate you, Tony Jennings. After the season or the dynasty season, you can reach back out to me and let me know what team's available, and we'll see if we can finish the cycle strong when it comes to the NNCFL, because I like what those guys have built over there as far as the first year of the new cycle without Bird Human. It's definitely ran right. And I focus on the GFSSL league, and we'll go from there. Appreciate you. Peace.